Hello Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your June 2024 tarot reading. Let's see what's coming in for Libras. Happy Gemini season. I hope this video finds you well. Let's set the intention here and now to get my Libra gang out there. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Let's get them some clear, helpful, and insightful messages, please, wherever they are at on their spiritual path. Let's help guide them. All right, let's do it. For Libra, what messages can I share? What's coming to Libra in the next month or so? What would be good to make Libra aware of, please, Spirit? Messages for their best and highest good. All right, let's see. The Justice card. Well, hey, that's you. An important mediation, an important discussion, needing to jump in and find a middle ground. Compromisation might be a theme coming up. Needing to compromise. Let's see. Four of Pentacles, especially with a sibling. There might be a family, or if it's not a sibling, a family dynamic. Poor Libra, you always get sort of tasked with needing to reestablish the harmony and the peace and the balance, and you seem kind of sick of it, or maybe a little bit resentful that you're always the one who has to give. It does kind of seem like you're a little over it. And I don't even know if you're necessarily saying that, especially if it's almost like you're working double time. Some of you may have a job where you serve as a mediator, or that person that carries out the conversation, or the go-between, the back and forth, the channel, or however you want to say it. And then it's like you're also doing that at home with like your husband, your wife, or whatever, your family, your siblings, and you just kind of seem exhausted, but the thing is you don't really seem to be vocalizing it. The Hierophant. I think this is adjusting your crown to remember that you're the most important person in your life, and to make sure that you truly do see yourself as that, because I think sometimes you lose sight of you. You get lost and forth in the go-between, and you end up sacrificing or over catering to others, and I think there's a need for you to step forward and own your power. For some reason, this is coming through very strongly as a spirit guide that watches over you and is asking you to reclaim your power. It might be someone, it could be an ancestor. You might know someone in your family lineage. Others of you, maybe you feel like you're being visited by like a spirit or an angel guide, or you dreamed about this or something like that. It has to come. It's funny. Something about this, it's like a quiet power to me. You're not necessarily fighting with your words, but maybe with your energy or lack of enthusiasm or lack of initiative to actually make something work this time. It's almost like you're choosing the alternate path to sort of step back and let the chips fall where they will. It's interesting. Yeah, it's almost like a message of like, I get it. It's hard for me to explain it, so let me try here, but it's like, it's being passive and not necessarily putting up a fuss or doing one thing or another. Yeah, there's a stepping back and allowing justice or karma to just happen naturally, so that people maybe start to recognize and understand and appreciate all that you do. And when you're not there, it's like, well, wait a minute, everything's going to shit. It's like, because Libra isn't here, it's like, do you know what I mean? It's almost like these people made their bed and now they have to lay in it, and you're not going to come along and smooth out the wrinkles and make the bed for them anymore. That's, in metaphor, that's what this sort of feels like. Some of you, if you're in a relationship, it feels like the honeymoon stage is over, or you've just sort of plateaued. It's like you're trying to get the energy and enthusiasm back with a romantic partner, and it just kind of seems like you both maybe have gotten too comfortable with each other. And for some of you, this Hierophant card almost has like a glamorized effect to it, like she's all done up. So for some of you, it's like you just kind of got to get back in tune with your body and your sexuality and, get yourself looking good again for you, right? Because I think that's ultimately going to improve your confidence and get you excited about, being with your partner again. It's like, plan an unusual date, or plan to meet up in a new location. Or for some of you, I'm even getting this kind of like intimate, like storyline with like role playing or dressing up or doing something to like spice it up, to interject a little bit of newness to get things to feel passionate and alive again. With Four of Pentacles, it feels very much like ho-hum in the rhythm of things. Like it's not bad, but it could be a lot better, that kind of thing. Tell me a little bit more about this Justice card. Some of you may be pursuing an education or study right now. Some of you may be actively teaching, or something about a teacher, a professor, a mentor may be stepping into your life. All right, interesting. Some of you may, there's a King of Cups here. I don't know why this wants to be said, but something about being a child of divorce. I don't know if anybody relates to that, but that literally just that phrase came to mind. A lot of something about the narrative of your own father and the way they negotiated, or the way they acted as a mediator or interpreter, or I don't know, something about talking with their hands a lot or teaching, something very vocal, very cerebral, mental energy in association or attached to a father figure. There's some message here about the passing of time, realizing how much time has passed, looking back nostalgically, fondly. Some of you may be working through some sort of like inheritance or will, or something to do with like the estate in regards to a father figure. Maybe a father figure has passed and you're sort of in that process of, taking on the responsibilities of certain things. I don't know. That's not for everyone. Something about that is coming through. There's a connection to the father and the water, the ocean. I don't know if they loved boats, or they were a sailor, or you just picture them fishing, or something about a specific body of water. Something about that is coming through with the father, and it feels very warm. It feels like a big hug, but it almost feels like this person is more in spiritual form. And I don't predict scary stuff on my channel, right? I'm not here to relay news of death. That's not what this is about. That's so not, that's not what I do. But I'm sharing it because it feels like a really lovely message that you have someone looking over you. In fact, it might be your parents. You do have a couple kind of like mother-father energies coming through, and there's something about reflecting on the relationship between your parents, the relationship they had, and what you sort of absorbed from it as a child, through your eyes as a child, maybe as a teenager, maybe as an adult, and where you're currently at now. There's something about reflecting on what you saw in your parents' relationships and how that is impacting, or I'm hearing like underscoring, stressing, illuminating, highlighting something in the relationship that you have currently going on. Now, maybe it's to do with a sibling, but for a lot of you, it has to do with either your partner, or someone that you are interested or involved in romantically. There's something about a wisdom that can be gained from reflecting back on the time that your parents went through that, or I don't know, some of you, it's like you overheard a conversation your mother thought she was having in private with someone, I don't know, like your aunt, or on the telephone, or this or that, where you actually heard something from your parents' perspective, not directly to you, but in regards to how to navigate relationships, or how to best navigate challenging times or adversity in partnership. For some of you, that really influenced you, and it's almost like you refer to that or use that as a model in how you operate in the world, possibly in your career. Others of you, again, this reminiscing or this memory of hearing that, it actually sheds light on something that you're going through currently, and it's profoundly impactful and offers a building block to help you heal from something, or to help you fix something, or to get back into balance. It feels very spiritual advice and guidance. So however you connect with a higher power, particularly what you view as your own spirit guides, go do that. Go to your sacred space or place, meditate, pray, whatever it is, especially something to do with the lineage and the family, someone very close to you, very likely in your family, your bloodline, that you knew in this lifetime. They're trying to communicate with you, something about through trees or through leaves or moss or grass. I don't know, something about that is specific. Flowers, it's out in the elements, it's out in the earth. Ace of Cups, and again, there's that reminder to put yourself first, to love yourself first. I think this very much feels like going off of a template or a model where, self-sacrifice was viewed as being the top tier of how to prove your worth in a relationship, and obviously things have changed. There's been generational change, and I sort of get the impression that you're getting a message from mom or grandma or your great aunt, like, you don't have to do it the way we did it. It was a different time, and there's a lot more fluidity right now in the world. And yeah, I think it's about sort of, again, stepping into your power, and just a lot of you are being reminded that while you have good intentions in being sacrificial or being, again, overly doting or catering to others, it's not sustainable, and it's not what your guardian angels want of you. You know, you're destined for so much more. So make sure, it's like, I'm hearing like, take back the microphone. You know, it's like, allow yourself to shine. Don't always have it in association with others, or you only, you know what I mean? I think you guys know what I mean. You guys get this message a lot on my channel. I hope it resonates. I hope someone needs to hear it out there. But tell me about this Ace of Cups. For those who are single and looking, something with a water sign is looking really good, particularly Scorpio, maybe Cancer, maybe Pisces. That narrative of a past father figure and talking about some connection to the water or marine stuff, or I don't know, sea life, something like that. If that's not you, that could be a connection that comes in a romantic sense, and that person shares a story with you about their father and how they were in the Navy or the merchants, or I don't know, something like that. It seems very nice. It feels like a deeply sentimental moment, but it feels like there's a lot of warmth there. Anything else I need to know about this Ace of Cups? Some of you, this is completely a different message, but some of you, you're with a person and they just don't really seem to want to budge in regards to giving you more of a commitment than they already have. So like, if you're already dating and exclusive, if you keep bringing up the idea of marriage, this person is like very apprehensive to give away their freedom, because that's how they look at it. You know, that's not necessarily my view on it or my take on it, but yeah, this person, it's like they love kind of being the rambling man. They love kind of being able to, you know, pack up and it feels very, I'm going to be honest, it feels very masculine energy. So whether you are male or female, it's like you have someone who, they just really value their freedom. They don't want to be tied down. And unfortunately, they've probably said that, and you take offense to it, and rightfully so, because you're kind of like, well, why am I the one that ties you down? Like, why can't we go off and do these things together? There's something about someone who just really needs their freedom and ability to break away. And so rather than challenge that or try and control it, I think there needs to be an acceptance with the Hierophant of, that's a lifestyle this person values. So if we are going to be engaged long term and live together or get married or whatever, there needs to be an understanding and a making room for allow part of that side of their personality to be accepted and honored, and vice versa, whatever you need, you know, specifically alone time, individual wants and needs. It's okay to have a separate life. And I think if you're getting into a relationship thinking eventually they'll change their ways, like eventually they'll see my side of the deal, I would be careful with that, because it's like you're trying to, it's like roll up your sleeves and fix them. Do you understand what I mean? When maybe you just need to understand that it's okay for my person to have a life of their own and go off, you know, every 2 months and go with the boys, go with the guys, go with the buddies or whatever it is, go on their ship and go sailing. And that's not really my thing. So I'm just going to let them do that. And then we'll come back together and be even stronger. But that's what I mean about finding some sort of middle ground in a relationship, rather than forcing someone to be on your side or on your team. Hopefully they naturally want to do that, but there's a need to find a compromise in terms of allowing, but whatever it is that you guys love, there's differences. There's difference of opinion in how you want to spend all your time and all your days. And I think there's an ability to meet in the middle if you're dealing with someone who is able to be mature and have a back and forth conversation. Some of you, it's like when you talk to your person, it feels like you're talking to a wall, in which case you may need to initiate some sort of counseling so that there's more of a level playing field when you have these important conversations about your future. Others of you, yeah, new love coming in, new love. And a lot of you, if you're still thinking about an ex, and they're not necessarily in your life, but you think back, you know, and you're like, oh man, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, I wonder if they're still around, yada, yada, yada. To be honest, what I see here is someone new coming in that completely blows that story out of the water, that you don't even focus on it anymore. It's like healing happened on your own because you tended to your own needs and your own cup, and then lo and behold, the King of Cups comes like, hey, what's up, Libra? Let's see, 7 of Wands. Yeah, I'm sort of getting from this, like, cut the bullshit. Like, I don't have time for this. In a very empowered way. If it doesn't contribute to the happiness and joy and peace in your life, what are you doing fucking around with it? You know what I mean? It's like healthy boundaries, but really it comes down to like self-preservation, but there's a better word for, I mean, self-respect, really. A lot of you, it's like your best friend or your sister or your girl gang or whatever it is, they have your back. You know, there's wisdom to be gained from people who really do want what's best for you. And maybe sometimes you're blinded to it, or again, you see it as your responsibility to cater to the needs of every wish and desire of the people in your life. And I think a lot of you have a stand-up person in your life saying, stop doing that. Like they're giving you nothing in return. It's like, yeah. I see particularly a very strong female in your life being like, no more of that. We got to stop doing that. Girl gang vibes. It seems like, your BFF or something like that. Yeah, again, if it doesn't bring you peace, let it go. And even if it's someone who keeps trying to reinsert themselves in their life, but they're not bringing you new or changed energy, it's just a repeat of the same cycle. And I think it's going to be a source of frustration or agitation, in which case the King of Cups is the powerful cup of transformation, right? So something here has got to change, or else we can't keep doing what we're doing. Again, it's not sustainable. It's not healthy. It's not working. So it's like we got to freshen up this cup of love or this relationship and bring some sort of new dynamic to it. This challenge is necessary. It's good that you guys are going through it, even though it's not fun. But ultimately, it is going to serve you, because it's at the end of the day, it's going to change you both. All right, so let's get an oracle card for Libra. What can I tell Libra? I love her glasses, these like black rimmed Buddy Holly type looking glasses, or something about a jean jacket might be significant. I don't know why that's really calling out to me. All right, can we get one oracle card for Libra? What would be meaningful or significant for Libra to hear? Thank you. Thank you. Look how pretty, the tulips, the great work. All right, we're going to read about that. Let's see. Oops. Is that it? Yes, okay. Magnum opus, the great work. Attention, devotion, vocation. The magnum opus shimmers in the distance, promising purpose, achievement, and understanding. When will we get there? When will our efforts be recognized? Amidst pressure and expectation, we come to realize each alchemist's life is an accumulation of moments in which attention is placed upon a subject within the laboratory. The artist draws a single line, the poet scribes a single word, the rose forms a single leaf. The magnum opus card reminds us that alchemical gardens grow from seeds tended to by devoted hands and the grace of sun, water, and earth. You cannot force the great work. You cannot claim it or complete it. This card arrives to whisper the words of encouragement. You are in the right place, the most important place for you. This is the alchemical garden. Tend to the youngest growth. Be delicate and precise. All right, Libra, that's what I got for you. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Please like the video. That really does help me. It helps my channel grow and gain some traction out there on YouTube. If you're not already, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Book a personal reading with me if you want messages catered to your individual stories and inquiries. Other than that, thanks for joining me today, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, Libra.